Hello friends, I am Anurag Tewari. I am a student of PGDIM 18 batch NITI, Mumbai. This video is a culmination of my experiences during the Principle of Organization Management course, which was a part of my first module as my MBA program. The course was taken up by Dr. T. Prasad, popularly known as Dr. Mandi. He started a flagship event named as Mandi in NITI. It takes place every year. In this, students are actively participating, and students willingly go out to sell products to children, to people on the street. It helps them learn marketing, sales, management, how to behave in front of people, how to interact with people. This is a great event, and each year we see ample amount of participation both from students and industry and from celebrities for this event. The course in itself was a very unique course. As such, we have never heard or studied Principle of Organization Management before, so this was a new thing for us. And the way it started was also completely different. In the very first lecture, Professor Mandi, Dr. Mandi, showed us a video of Pink Floyd. He started with something like, how many of you love Pink Floyd? I mean, most of us did. Pink Floyd is something that most of us have heard many a times. So when he said how many of us love Pink Floyd, everyone was agreeing everyone was in agreement. Then he played a video, Another Brick in the Wall. The way he explained the video, the way he connected the video to our current education system, the changes that he expected or he wanted to be there in the system, it really changed our perspective of what education system is and how it should be, and we were able to connect through it. We were able to understand and appreciate what he was feeling. At some point of time, even we felt that we are just being pushed to do something that each and everyone is doing. We are not being asked what our hobbies are, what our interests are. Instead, we are just following the rat race. This kind of start to a course is something which opens up the whole horizon. It opened up the scope of our thinking. The next lecture was on tower building. Tower building was an exercise that was taken up by Dr. Prasad to make us understand how important it is to have higher goals, to set very high goals. As a manager, it's our duty, it's our responsibility to believe in our workers, to believe in ourselves, and to believe that something can be accomplished. And only then we will be able to achieve that particular thing. He brought some cubes and asked three of us to volunteer. One was the worker, one a manager, one was CEO. The worker was supposed to lay the bricks on the instructions of the manager. He was blindfolded and using his wrong hand. The manager was supposed to instruct him, guide him, and inspire him to keep on laying one cube over the other. Initially, we were all asked about the number of bricks that this team will be able to, the number of bricks or number of cubes that the team will be able to put on the height of the tower. We all estimated a very low number. Some said 10, some said 12. None of us was able to even imagine a tower of more than 15 cubes. But at the end of that exercise, the length of the tower turned out to be around 17 cubes. Even the person, my friend who was building the tower, even he was surprised at how could he make something of such a great height. Then Dr. Mandi explained us why was it so. He told us that we all have capabilities. The only thing that holds us back is our inhibitions, our inability to trust ourselves, our inability to set smart goals, to achieve effectiveness. What we have is efficiency, what we do not have is effectiveness. So this is what is lacking. We need effectiveness to be a good manager. In the next lecture, the next exercise that was taken up was valley crossing. Valley crossing is a very innovative way of teaching teamwork. In valley crossing, he asked for 3 volunteers. They were given a long stick. and they were supposed to cross a certain section in which the middle section was a valley, and the two persons were supposed to carry the third person forward. This way the whole team could pass the valley without falling into it. This may seem a very simple exercise, but when you are conducting it, when you are watching it happen, when you are learning some managerial aspects of how to work in a team, you understand how difficult it is unless and until your teamwork, your team bonding, your team selection, your team motivation as a manager is not perfect. If you are not motivating your team enough, if you are not selecting the right people, if you are not training them well, there are bound to be cases when things will go wrong. During the exercise as well, many a time the volunteers were asked to do something, but they were not able to do it because there was no coordination between them. Then Professor Mandi explained them everything, step by step. He divided the whole process into 9 steps, and this is a very good thing for every manager. Every manager has to divide the bigger concepts, the bigger process into smaller processes, because for each smaller process you can plan, you can evaluate, but when you are evaluating a very big process, then it becomes very difficult, because then there are few nuances that you are bound to miss. After valley crossing, the next concept that was taken up in the class was organizational structure. Before this, I would like to say each of these concepts were related to the theory very well. What Dr. Prasad did excellently was he explained the theoretical concepts without using a book, but through practical examples. This way, when we went back to our hostel rooms or when we were studying together, we were able to connect. Whenever we were studying the Taylor's model, the Weber's model, we were able to connect how these are applicable in the practical scenario. We were just not reading the theoretical part of it, but besides the theoretical part, we were also able to connect it with the practical part. This enhanced our understanding, this enhanced our knowledge of that particular subject, and this enhanced the way we will be able to implement it in future as managers. In organizational structure, he asked us to bring different kind of plants or trees or branches or whatever we can find. Through these different branches, he explained how our organization works, what are flat organizations, what are vertical organizations, how hierarchy works, what is multiple chain of command, what is unit command. He explained all these with the help of these structures. So this helped us form an image of whenever one is talking about a matrix organization, we will be able to imagine, yes, this is matrix organization, this is the unity of command, this is flat, this is vertical. So we will be able to connect very well. The last exercise that was taken up by Dr. Mandi was three monks. Three monks is a Chinese proverb. It's a video based on a Chinese proverb. It's a very old, very well known video and very widely used for organization management studies, and Dr. Mandi used it very well. For 2 complete lectures, he devoted 2 complete lectures to this video. He stopped it at various intervals. It was around 20 minutes long video. He stopped it at various intervals and explained at each point how the management, how the involvement, the coordination between various people is changing, how the people's behavior is changing depending on the situation they are in. The video not only explained mutual coordination between 2 or 3 persons when they are performing a task, it also explained why it is very important to think ahead, to plan for the future. In the end, when the monks put up a pulley system for getting the water to the monastery, it shows how well they have planned for the future, how well they have planned keeping in mind the events that can occur and the amount of water they might need. So for them, the fire that happened, they were able to gain knowledge from that particular incident and apply it for something which might happen in the future. These are a few of the exercises that were taken up. Besides these, the overall interaction with Dr. Mandi during the whole semester was a very fulfilling experience. We got to know a lot of things, we got to learn a lot of things. He had a very open nature, he talked about a lot of stuff. When on the day of the demise of the great Rajesh Khanna, we talked at length about his movies, his songs, how he was able to connect to the people, why he was such a great actor, such a superstar. Each and every day was a different topic, a different mood, but the amount of interaction, the amount of communication between us was the same. He would come to our desk, he would talk at length with us, he would come up with a new idea for the class, and then he'll ask all of us to participate, to initiate, to comment on it. I must say this whole semester, this whole course was something that I really enjoyed, and most of my friends enjoyed. And all I would like to say is thank you, Dr. Mandi, for taking this course for us, and I wish I would be able to apply a bit of what you taught us when I'll be going out and working as a manager for any organization. Thank you.